man, you know, it is what it is, Doc.
I would be stressed out. Yeah, man, I love these kind of talks, dude. Something that made me smile when I saw this as I was scrolling down my timeline. A Chicago mom recognized her son on the news, who is a train robbery suspect, and dragged him to the police station. He's been charged with armed robbery. What are your thoughts about that? A mom just taking charge.
The last thing you want to do is be on the receiving end of a situation like that, where if she knew who he was, somebody else probably knew who he was. If they put a reward for him, they coming to get him. They tearing off windows, coming through the roof. They tearing your house up to get him. Okay, and in some cases, they might not even give him a chance to even surrender. So by her taking him to jail, in some cases, may have saved his life. Okay. Now people say, "Oh, your mama turned you in." Look, man, you put your mama in a situation. I don't know if mom's got any other kids. I don't know what kind of situation she's living in, but I know for a fact if you living in a certain situation and your son commits a felony, you and all your kids can be homeless. A lot of the homeless we see in California is people that was on Section 8. And somebody caught a felony that was living in the house, and everybody got booted out. Okay? That's a real law in California. I don't know about no place else. I know we got Detroit in the house. We got some folks from around the country, but I know for a fact in LA, it's a one strike, no give a damn what happens if you live at an address that is a government funded situation like Section 8, and somebody that lives there commits a felony, and you go back and live there, everybody got to go. It might be a national situation by now. Section 8 is a federal situation, so moms might be protecting her kids from being homeless because your dumb ass went out there and robbed a train and came back home, and she's trying to protect her other kids. Okay, because even if you ain't there, they come looking for you, and they think they suspect that she's trying to harbor your ass in any way, form, or fashion. Again, she can find herself looking outside of her door.
Man, you know what? You mentioned Scarface earlier, and I would love to touch on that because we've talked about the impact of the movie Colors and what it did to the country and the world, the impact it had. Take yourself back to, 1979, 1980, when Scarface first came out. What kind of reception did the media give that movie?
Scarface, man, was it was received okay. I don't even think I even seen it in the movie, to tell you the truth. I think I saw it later on. I think I saw it. I think I saw that because that's when they had Blockbuster still. They still have. I think I might have rented Scarface on VHS or something like that, man. A lot of movies that didn't do good in the theaters did great on DVD. Okay, I mean on a Blockbuster. I think Scarface might have been one of those movies. The impact, if you look at a lot of your up and coming rappers, you see that Scarface poster in the background all the time. Okay, for years when they was doing Yo MTV Raps or what's that, Cribs, whatever. You look up on the wall, you see a Scarface poster. A lot of rappers did that, and Scarface, because he came from the bottom and went to the top, he was like a hero for a lot of cats out in the streets. And I don't know how much it really affected the streets per se, but a lot of cats talk that shit. Say hello to my little friend, okay? And that's some real shit, dude. And you know, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I was saying how much impact movies have on people's lives, especially when you're a young, gullible kid like I was. I remember very clearly, vividly, going to a karate movie and coming back home and trying to break boards with my hand and my head and shit, man. And here's we so stupid, we don't know what kind of boards to break. All we know is my daddy got some wood in the backyard, and we trying to break it with our hands. And we got 2x4s this big. The shorter a 2x4, the stronger it is. Okay? We trying to break it with our hands. My friend broke his hand. I bruised my knuckles all up. Then we got some plywood, which is the second strongest wood you can have. Trying to bust it with our heads. I got a big ass knot on my head, big ass red cherry on my head. And my mama said, "What happened?" I said, "I was trying to break some boards like I saw in the movies. What happened? What happened to your foot? I had your hand. I was trying to break some boards with my hand. What happened to your head? My hand wouldn't work, so I tried my head." She said, "Get your stupid ass." So, dude, and this is real shit, man. In some cases, when you get vulnerable and gullible, you don't decipher. You don't really, you know, especially when you're a kid, you don't really separate reality from fiction. That was one of the big things about hip hop, gangster rap in the beginning. So many people took gangster rappers, Ice Cube, whoever it was, at their word that they were who they said they were. Okay, and people tried to emulate that shit. And it's the same thing I did when I was 14, 15. When I wasn't going to watching black exploitation movies, I love watching them goddamn karate movies, man. I went to go see the James Bond movie with the motherfucker with the hat, the black hat that was cutting shit off. I was throwing my daddy hat everywhere, man. My daddy whipped my ass for tearing his hat up. But I'm just saying, you see shit and you try shit. And that's what we experience on a regular basis. And I don't give a damn whether SCARFACE, Boys in the Hood, whatever the case may be. That shit's still effective because some people can't disseminate between reality and a movie.